is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby.
We are the
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby, win, baby, win, baby. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a bomb on first down. Let's throw a bomb on every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. Nobody loud as a Raider crowd. Nobody proud as a Raider crowd. NFL, how you like me now? We gon' do this open style. Nothing but action. I'm Bo Jackson, hit the hole. Run you over, goal line. Jumping over, going crazy. Lose your soul, lose your mind in the black hole. Here's the goal, Super Bowl. And everybody here, get the goal. Don't need no invitation. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Oakland Raiders.
Raiders.
What's going on, man?
How we doing tonight? What's up, guys?
Cool.
Chilling.
So, what's good? What's good? Anything?
I'm a little raided out. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about this. Like, I was on my way home from work. I'm like, man, we're supposed to be on today, but I'm a little raided out right now. Yeah.
Well, as everybody can see, we have a special guest with us tonight. We have the one, the only Miss Peggy.
What's going on?
Hi. And
Hi,
I just wanted to make a little plug. We are so proud of what you have done, Jeff, with this Raider Connection, this podcast. I mean, and marrying it up to the club. I mean, it's innovative, it's creative, and it's something that people are talking about. So I want to thank you for putting that.
The Raider Connection is Leo's thing. That he started this.
Whoever it is,
credit goes all to Leo.
But it's the 21st century way to reach our fans, our young fans, and I might say fans around the world. Okay,
right.
I have my guys checking in for the Philippines and Osaka, Japan, and they have watched your podcast.
Oh, that is awesome. That's great to hear.
Yes. Manila. There's a club in Manila and a club in Osaka and one in Tokyo, but I heard from those two guys. So just thank you.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. I know my friends
Nice.
in Mexico and the booster clubs down there. Sure, they watch it as well. Yeah. Yeah. But thank you. Thank you.
I know we done beat the draft to death, and I know that it's something that people have had a real chance to think about. Okay. At first, I want to get a grade from all of you. You know what you're thinking.
Already.
Let's start with Nathan. Your grade overall for this year's draft.
Yeah, just looking at it just from the draft, I think you have to put it in the higher echelon of the teams. I would probably have to go somewhere. I'd probably go like an A-, just because we don't really know exactly what they're going to put on the field yet. So A- to, it could be like an A+. We just have to see what they do on the field. But they did extremely well.
Jay, what's your grade? What's your grade for the draft overall this year?
I've graded it quite a few times already, but I give it a B+, solid B at the most, at the least. From top to bottom, from Genty all the way down to Cody Lindenberg, these are pretty solid pickups. Our those D tackles that we picked up, they're super athletic. So I can't wait to see what everything being put together, really what it transforms into an actual product on the field which I think offensively we're going to be really, really, really good for sure.
All right, Leo, what's your overall grade? I haven't seen your.
I'm gonna be the Debbie Downer of the group.
That's all right. I want to hear what you got to say.
I don't like grading drafts without seeing them on the field, and that's maybe.
And I'm going to talk about that too. I'm going to talk about my voodoo priest carnival, crystal ball carnival acts that come on every April. But just in terms of, let's just talk about filling needs.
So and that's where I was going to go at. Like as far as grades, to me, it's still an incomplete because I got to see the final product. But as far as filling needs, I would say they did what I wanted them to after their first pick. To me, it all stemmed from that first pick. They went with Genty. Okay, now let's get him help. Are we going to get O-line? Are we going to get some more weapons to get the attention off of him? Right? So the trade to me was huge. I loved trading back in the second round the way they did and adding more picks. So to me, that left me feeling good on what they were doing. Now, my only hope is that they made the right choice in selecting these guys, particularly the O-line, because they're going to be such a huge part of this team. You know, and it left me a little not shocked, but like, curious about when they made the last two picks in the sixth round. You know, the two guys.
Yeah,
you know, touchdown.
That's okay.
Yeah, and those were
whose fingerprints are on all of this. And Jeff, your grade for the draft. Your grade.
I went B+.
You went B+. And let's talk, Leo, more about that because a lot of people, this has turned into a cottage industry, okay? Where every April, the voodoo priests come and do their sacrifices and the carnival acts with the crystal balls and this is supposed to be drafted here and this, you cannot say the Raiders had a good or a bad draft. That has always been my thing.
Right.
Ask me in 2 years if these players are still on the rosters, if these players are healthy, if these players are contributing. And we gotta talk about the role of guys, situational guys. Do they contribute to the overall winning? Okay.
Right.
Games in a way that we hope that they will. And, of course, we wish all these young men the best of luck. In what they do. But the fact is,
more than others,
yeah, the fact is, you can't tell me the Raiders had a good draft because I don't go for that. Okay. I know it's going to take 2 years for me to confirm that for certain. Okay. And let's talk about filling needs, okay? Something that I thought happened that hasn't happened in the past. If you look at past drafts, guys. And Jeff, I want you to help me out on this. I mean, weren't you glad that they didn't go to the hospital ward at Kaiser Permanente to see who had been injured or who needed surgery to draft?
We didn't visit the MASH unit the day of the draft, thank God.
I mean, or that they drafted guys that were undersized, okay? Or drafted guys, I'm thinking so much about Carl Joseph, first round. I mean, a safety, at 5'9". I understand the thinking, but we didn't see that this time, did we, Jeff?
No. I mean, we drafted, especially the offensive linemen. We didn't go with anybody small. We went with a couple of big ass guys. Even the defensive tackles we drafted later on, they were bigger guys. We didn't go for no midget wide receivers. The smallest guy we drafted, I believe, was Genty.
Genty, yeah.
But he's running back.
and well, not weight wise, but height wise. And the smallest one we drafted was him. Everybody else we got was at least 6 feet or more. So I mean, I think it was successful in that aspect that we didn't make any reaches. I don't think either. I was comfortable with what we picked.
I wouldn't say reaches. Grant left me a little perplexed about where we took him, right? I understood we wanted to go with Lyman, and they were starting to fall off pretty much by that point on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So it made sense why we went them. But I mean, I was happy with the size on corner. Once we drafted that corner, and I saw how big it was. His speed. The first receiver left me a little perplexed, maybe because I didn't know too much about him. Right. The more I saw, I was like, oh man, why do we need another Jacoby Myers? Right?
Exactly. And that's something, Jay and Nathan, I want to talk about with you all about how this draft makes our offense look better. Certainly be something to be game planned against. Okay. And I wanted to go to the Junty pick alone. What are you seeing, Jay, in terms of how Chip is going to use them?
I mean, he's gonna utilize them quite a bit. That's literally why we went out and drafted on him at number 6. So you're gonna see about anywhere from 75 to 80% of the touches. I've talked about this at people who's in my channel and probably some other ones as well. With my guy Rundown, we said our expectations around 1,500 minimum, and that translates to about almost 100 yards, right? Light work for somebody like Genty. Literally, this guy's supposed to come out and change the face of our offense. Literally. But the thing is, and I talked about it on my Monday show, is that they're going to try to also preserve him a little bit. So I know there's some people out there that might have that expectation where they're going to go ahead and utilize the hell out of this guy. It might not necessarily be the case at first. They're going to ease him a little bit into it, but you're still going to see a lot of productivity, a lot of touches by him. This is going to be our red zone guy for sure. So last year that we struggled, that literally I would tear my hair out during games where we struggled to score from the 1 yard line, we're not going to have that problem anymore. I put that highlight up on Monday, and this should not be any problems with Genty now here. We went out and got some receivers. I know you guys said about Jack Bash, but yeah, he might be another Jacoby, but I think he's a little bit better than Jacoby as far as hand wise. The route tree is different, but this guy is dependable. He can make tough catches in traffic, and that's what we need. We need somebody who can go ahead and make those tough catches. We went out and got Dante Thornton, a field stretcher. Guy's like 6'5", runs a 4.3, insane speed. If he breaks the tackle, he's gone. Blink an eye. So I think this offense is really, really taking a different look and a different shape now. I think we're going to find our identity really, really soon. And I just tell everybody right now, I would just kind of strap your seatbelt, because this is going to be something completely different from what we saw last year, which was, I think, our worst nightmare. And this is going to be a turnaround of that for sure.
Well, talking about nightmares, and Nathan, I want to go to you to talk, going hand to hand, and it was beautiful the way you laid that out, Jay. Going hand in hand with that running game is that O-line. I compare it to, I don't know whether people remember this game for the 60 Your Mystery Date, where you open up the door and you don't know who's on the other side of that door. And I'm telling you, they kept the same guys, and they are trying to sell to us that the same personnel, we can coach them up and we can make it better. Nathan, I mean, Junty and the O-line go hand in hand. What are you thinking about that O-line?
Yeah, I think as far as the O-line goes, I was kind of a little bit higher than I know a lot of people were on the O-line. I think the main part of what happened last year was because of bad coaching, and the Luke Getsy offense was just obviously all around terrible. We saw flashes out of Jordan Meredith. Obviously, JPJ had a good year. Colton Miller had a down year, but he was injured, so we're hoping to get him bouncing back. We saw good stuff out of DJ Glaze, and then obviously we're still trying to figure out that other guard spot. Hopefully we can fill it with one of these guys that we just drafted. And to me, it's more of an addition by subtraction of Luke Getsy. So I'm hoping that the offensive scheme by Kelly is going to be that much better to be able to put our offensive line specifically in more successful positions to be able to run the ball better, especially with a more explosive back like Genty, which is probably the best back that we've had. He's better than any back we had last year is what I meant to say. But yeah.
I know. And Leo, I mean, let's talk more about the O-line. I mean, we picked up a guard, right? We picked up a OT, but that's not what disturbs me. Mm-hmm. I watched 17 games where these guys were overpowered, physically dominated by average D-lines, okay? I saw 2 quarterbacks, one get injured twice, one get injured for the rest of the season, okay? Mm-hmm. I saw the 31st ranked rushing game, and most of all, I saw a total lack of communication. I mean, there's so many layers to this O-line thing. I mean, rookies, you're going to have to give them a year to learn things. I mean, tell me, Leo, I mean, what could they be doing with this O-line? The same people?
The way I saw the O-line, it was a lot of concern, especially in free agency. You know, there were some names we wanted, we didn't get none. And that made me question, like, what are we doing? Maybe they're going to address it in the draft. I do remember it starting horribly. You know, like Nate said, Colton was hurt. You know, it took a while for them to gel. The move from JPJ to center was huge. You know, towards the end of the season, you saw them kind of getting something together where they were actually not getting their butts kicked as much as they were in the beginning, which was good. My whole thing has always been the 2 inside guys, the ones next to JPJ. I'm good with Miller. I'm good with Glaze. But who's going to help on the inside? Because they always get pushed back. Parham, I'm done with Parham. You know, Andre James.
But they kept him.
And then they brought on, what's his name?
For now.
Huh?
For now.
Alex Kappa.
They kept Parham for now.
Yeah, they brought on Kappa. Kappa of all people, right? I was like, wow, that's who we're going to pick. So it left me, and then to top it off, our offensive line coach is Pete Carroll's son, the inexperience. So now we're going to have an inexperienced coach coaching this O-line. So to me, that's going to determine more what's going to happen with this season than all these weapons we've added. Because if you cannot protect these guys, you cannot give Geno time. If you're not going to block for Genty, then adding all that stuff is not going to matter. Those trenches are so important to me.
And Jeff, if you can add on to that, I mean, people were telling me, well, Colton was hurt and that. There comes a time in a career of a left tackle, okay? Left tackle is the one guy that I cannot have overpowered. I think the physical problems that Colton was facing, there comes a time in a guy's career when he's had it. And I thought that I saw that last year. I thought that I saw that Colton physically could no longer do this job. And maybe you can move him over to the right side. I don't know, Jeff. Everybody loves Colton. Raider fans just grab onto a player and they never realize, you know.
Yeah, I am not in love with any of those guys on the line.
This guy
only DJ.
Yeah.
I mean, there comes a time in your career where you physically I cannot have my left tackle overpowered. Jeff, what are you thinking?
Well, I think a lot of the reason he was the way he was last year was because of the injury. What I would have done if I was the line coach, I would have put him over on the right side until that shoulder was healed. Put him on the right side. Unfortunately, now it's like, now what do you do on left side? Well, I mean, live and let learn, man. If it means we're going to put Glaze over there, we put Glaze over there. The season was a wash anyway.
Glaze, where on the left?
Put him on the left. The only problem is now you're throwing your quarterbacks out to the wolves at that point.
I mean, they were done anyway.
They already been thrown out to the wolves.
Anyway, you know,
I just can't understand this obsession with Miller was hurt. That's why. No.
Well, I mean, it is when you're left tackle, your left shoulder's the injury. You're ineffective on the left side. I mean, the other option is to take him out of the game completely until he's 100%, which is another option, which is probably what they should have done. to get him healthier faster instead of putting him out there. But I think a lot of that was him and wanting to be out there and be out there for his teammates, But I think he's going to be okay. I'm not worried about him. I'm really not.
And Leo, to add it all off, hasn't he asked for a new contract?
Well, I don't know if he did. I know Raider fans think that's why he sat out voluntary minicamp, But
I mean, again, it's voluntary minicamp. It's when he doesn't show up for the actual regular training camp that starts in July. That's where you get an issue. If he doesn't show up for that, this is voluntary. That's different.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers wasn't there, but that was for a legit reason. He went and finished his degree in Georgia, so that's why he hasn't been at voluntary. So.
He gets a pass. I'm just kidding.
Well, he's going to get his degree. He's got to do something when he's done playing. What if he gets hurt in a couple of seasons and he never plays again?
He had all February, March, April, May.
Right? My point is, a guy like Colton, after the year that he had, and okay, we could say he was forced to play hurt because we just didn't have anybody else.
Or maybe he chose. I understand.
No, I've been looking at him since 2022.
Right.
2022, 23, 24, and I've seen a decline every year. I don't know whether he was ever fully healthy, but at this point, I don't think Chip Kelly's offense works if our O-line is being overpowered. Okay.
Oh no, it heavily relies on you protecting the quarterback and letting the offense flow. When Chip Kelly's offense beat Notre Dame's amazing defensive front, that O-line managed and controlled that game.
I mean, you wouldn't, and Jay, help me out here. I mean, Gino's not a young man anymore. People talk about elusive. At 34, maybe at 24 you was elusive, but at 34 you're going to need good pass protection. Talk to me about pass protection, Jay.
I mean, we picked up Caleb Rogers in this draft. I know we got Charles Grant. That's a different story. Not really gonna go into too much of Charles Grant because that kid ain't ready. That's there for death, and he needs some time. Yeah, but interesting to see as far as Caleb Rogers coming in and being competitive. We know he can play left guard, right guard. He can play, I believe, right tackle as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Protection is everything, not only just for Gino, but also for our run game. It's important that we go ahead and have that in place. Picking up some pieces. We never know. We might see something that turns around with Kappa. Joe Philbin's still here. We brought in Brandon Carroll over from Washington State, Pete's son. So them two working closely together, I think we're going to see some improvement. And like Nate said earlier, a lot of it was the scheme that we're running last year with Genty's offense, and that really made everything kind of jarbled, and people didn't really know their assignments, and it just looked pretty awful out there. So I don't think it's going to be this is going to be the case this season with Gino. Gino can still move. I don't care if he's 34 years old. Go look at the tape. That's all I got to say. I literally put up a piece of tape on Monday. Guy can go ahead and get out of trouble and extend the play. And that's all we need to do. We just need him to extend the play. We got like 4 receivers now. If you add Genty, that's 5. We can go ahead and throw the ball if we need be. So I think he brings that more dynamic, that threat to be able to go ahead and run out of the pocket and make some plays and gain some yardage, something that Aiden O'Connell literally is the opposite of, and will just stay in the pocket and try to find his guy until either he throws it away if he has time, if not, he's going to get sacked. So that's literally the case, yeah.
4 offensive coordinators later, y'all are still on this guy, but that's a good transition.
Quarterback too for right now.
I know, but let's talk. That's a great transition into what I want to talk about next.
Can we just real quick, Miss Peggy? Can we just go back to Miller again real quick, because it's just something that's just stuck in my craw over that. Yeah. You got to look at one thing here with left tackles. Left tackle is your most valuable player on that offensive line, without a doubt. He's your blindside guy.
Should be.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So here's the other thing. This is why I have faith in him right now, because you know why? Because we took a running back in the first round. We didn't take a left tackle in the first round. We didn't go up for the best left tackle in the draft. We went for a running back, which tells me that the coaches are not worried about him, that they feel as though he's going to be fine for this coming season. If there was any doubt that he was not going to be cut out for this season, they would have found somebody in free agency that's just as good, if not better, which we all know left tackles don't grow on freaking trees.
I was going to say there weren't that many out.
They're not a dime a dozen out there. They're very limited.
There weren't a lot
for the good
ones right away too.
I mean,
no, and they went fast. And again, it would have been addressed in the draft. They would have grabbed somebody. They would have grabbed one of those top left tackles instead of Genty if they were that worried about Colton Miller.
You want us to go on faith? I hear you.
How do we know
it's not going on faith? I'm going on the trust of the coaches, because again, if it was that serious of a need. If it was that serious of a need, they would have addressed it in the draft or free agents. They would have done something to address it.
For even starting anything before starting.
Someone believes that the personnel that were on that field every game, by the way, the only Raiders season in 50 years where we only had one 100-yard rushing game. I just wanted to add that to their fantastic stats.
Yeah, it was the last game of the season.
Let me just say, if you want us to go on faith, I have no problem with that. I have a lot of confidence in Chip Kelly. And yes. I happen to believe that whatever ailed them will get resolved. But I can't shake the feeling that we just don't have the talent. We don't.
I'm telling you, I think the other thing too is with the offensive firepower, the skill positions that we grabbed in the draft and what we had already on the team, they're not going to be asked to, the line's not going to be asked to block for like 15, 20 seconds back there while he's scrambling. There's going to be chances where these guys are going to be open a little bit faster. So you might see a little bit more quicker plays. You might see faster dump offs. They're not going to be tasked with having a block forever there too. So that also has a lot to do with it too. And it all depends on the scheme that Chip Kelly puts this team in with the talent he's got.
Block forever, just at least 3-4 seconds. Jesus.
I mean, he didn't even get that. Did you see it? I mean, the plays, and poor little Ritter. I feel so sorry for Ritter because he just was, lost. But let's move this conversation to another extremely important change that we hope will be made, and that's our deep passing game. We had none.
No.
And I'm going to tell you that affected everything. It affected the play in the middle. It affected the running game. And, of course, the pressure on the quarterback. That is huge. Those safeties should not have the luxury of being able to decide, I think I'm going to blitz this play. I'm going to stay close to the O-line, or I'm just going to dog Bowers across the field. We don't have an up-top game. And I know everybody's excited about Besh and Dante Thornton is his name.
Yeah.
But the fact is, until you do something to make defenses respect you, they will not respect your deep passing game. They know we don't have one. Talk to me, Leo. What do you talk? What do you I know Chip. I know he wants to go deep.
Yeah.
Does he have
I think that was my biggest thing on the offseason. When we talked about upgrading, was the receiver. I know we all talked about, let's trade for Metcalf and things like that. We had nothing to take the top off of defenses. And we saw it all year. Trey Tucker's got speed, cool, but he's little. You're not going to expect him to break off of these corners when they lock him down. He doesn't have the size. It's not the style of ball he has. I mean, Jacoby Myers can make catches great. He's a great catcher, great leader, great blocker. But we never had that deep threat down the ball. And you let defense come up and cheat. And we saw it all year long. We saw it the whole time.
Oh, my God.
It was unreal. So when I saw us finally get up there, get some size, get some receivers, I think that's where I start to see the process of what they're thinking of what we can do. we need to get guys that are going to create and make plays, right? Those are the kind of guys we need to do. We need to finally bring some speed along with some size, right? Not just speed and little, because then we had DJ Turner was the other one, right? Turner the burner, right? But could not get open at all. But he was fast, he was good. But
Tucker
at what?
even. They just couldn't get off the line of scrimmage. And Ruggs had that same problem, by the way, in his first couple of years. I mean, just size alone. I mean, but Nathan, talk to me more. I mean, I like we got 2 receivers, but until they do something to make a defense fear them, I mean, we still have a problem with the deep passing game of that up top game. Talk to me about it, Nathan.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, like everybody said, last year we had zero semblance of a deep passing game. And I know everyone, once Devontae Adams got traded away, everyone expected for Trey Tucker to take that next step up, and we just never seen it. I do believe in Trey Tucker, but I think his spot is now his to lose now, considering we have Thornton, who runs faster than him, is much taller than him, and has better hands than him. So if he wants to keep his spot, it's going to be a tough uphill battle for him. But that's why I like the addition of both of those receivers that we got in Besh and Thornton, because they complement each other. So Besh, if you watch any of his tape, he runs routes like Hunter Renfrow, but is 6'2". So he is going to be demolishing anybody inside with Brock Bowers. You're not going to put middle linebackers, nickel corners on either of those guys. If you bring somebody in like Denver did last year to cover Bowers with PS2, you're going to put Thornton on the outside to burn the corner, because it's going to be a little guy out there. So it's both of those guys bring mixed matches all around the field. So I'm really excited to see what Chip Kelly is to do with this personnel, because prior to the draft, that's what my kind of biggest concern was. Chip Kelly had a bunch of players in Ohio State. He had all of those guys who put up big, fantastic numbers, and I was waiting to see, the guys that we get in our personnel to be able to implement his kind of offense. And I think these 2 guys help us do that to a T.
But we might as well add, since we've drafted in the later rounds this Taysom Hill type guy, right? Malone. I understand he's decided he's going to be a wide receiver too in the Edelman tradition, right? That remains to be seen.
Mellet?
Once again, is it Mellet or whatever? But see, once again, we have to look tough and hard at what defenses do to us. Until we show them we have a deep passing game, we will still expect. Weren't y'all just so mad when Denver put 13 on Bowers? We couldn't make them pay. We couldn't make them pay.
And did you see who Denver drafted? Another corner.
Yeah, I saw that.
Another guy to compliment him.
Right. That's what. Oh my God. Yeah.
I was so upset that we couldn't take it. But how dare you put your best corner on my tight end, and I don't make you pay?
We didn't have the weapons to do it. That was the problem. Now I feel as though we got the weapons to do that. So
we shall see whether we have.
We got a running game.
I know
Hopefully
Chip
we'll have
Kelly
a running
has
game.
the imagination. I know Chip Kelly is play designing and going to give those guys chances to be open, chances to get deep. That's all well and good, but until you burn somebody in this league,
right? That's what I'm saying. You show them on the field, you have that deep threat. Make them respect it. Yeah,
they have to respect it, and that's it. And I wanted to now transition. Talking about, I'm just going to mention briefly, a lot of Raider fans thought that, why don't we draft Shador? And I told them point blank, that is not a Chip Kelly quarterback. Cam Miller is a Chip Kelly quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the guy that I expected from a Chip, because remember in your head, Carson Wentz. I mean, you have to think about the type of offenses Chip runs. And you know he likes guys with strong arms. Deep, that can throw deep, can throw quickly, cross the middle. You know, those things he was looking for in a quarterback. I knew we were safe.
Right.
What do they say? Mark safe from...
Yeah.
We
Mark
were
safe.
never going to pick that guy up, Sanders up.
Yeah.
I was just kind of surprised he didn't pick up his Ohio State guy, Jay. Why did he do that?
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh got him, Jay.
He ended up in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Late, right? 6th round.
Yeah. I was a little surprised. What is it? Howard was his name?
Yeah, Will Howard.
Will Howard.
Yeah, I was really surprised about that because he was laying around late, and we didn't get him. Maybe Chip knows something that we don't know. I mean, that's his guy.
Whatever he was going to run at the pro level just wasn't going to fit for him, too. You know, that's like the people that were saying, like, you know, let's get this guy from Ohio State, let's get that guy because they're familiar with Chip Kelly's system. It's not going to be the same system in the pros. You know, he might be familiar with their tendencies and what they can do, but as far as a fit in the NFL system, that just doesn't. You know,
all right. So who knows about?
I think that's the main reason why we didn't grab anybody from Ohio State. You know, on the offensive side,
we did well. We couldn't get the wide receiver Ekbu. I think he was gone first round, so we couldn't get to him. I'm quite sure he might have been a nice pick, but we couldn't leave Junty on the board.
Well, if we would have taken a lineman in the first round, I would have rather taken like Judkins or Henderson in the second. I would have been fine with either one of those running backs, to be honest with you.
Well, guys, I understand the draft was running back deep, but you did have differences as you went round to round. I mean, there's instant impact, and then there's good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think we couldn't have left him on the board. But let's talk more about that quarterback room. I mean, Geno's the starter, so I don't think anybody is disputing that. I mean, Cal has made it quite clear. No one's fighting Geno for that spot.
Yeah.
Okay. We signed him to a new contract, paid him a lot of money. That remains to be seen. But what are you thinking about AOC? After all's been said and done.
I mean, right now he's. I think he's one of the better backups in the league. Mm-hmm. You know, I can count on him to come in if Geno goes down. I don't have a problem with him coming in.
A lot of people still do. I don't
see why.
There's somebody on this panel.
Leo, look at the roster right now. What are your other options? Who are you going to put at number
Honestly,
2?
Based on what I've seen from him already off 17 games, even though we haven't given him a shot.
17 games with 3 different head coaches, 4 different offensive
coordinators.
Offensive line.
And by the way, 2 injuries.
No running games.
You're going to give him a little
coordinator doesn't give you an arm. You either have an arm or you don't.
Yeah, but if you don't have the right system, you don't have the guy in the right system. What the hell?
Well, I want to hear more about why AOC is not the guy. So please continue.
Yeah, I want to hear that too.
You know, it's just the feeling that I have.
That's valid.
Okay.
At this point, that's valid as anything else. I mean, the voodoo priests out there who are telling me that everybody drafted is good or bad.
Right.
They got a feeling too. Okay.
No, you know what? It is with
that's what I used to say about Shador.
To me, every time he's had the chance to go out there and show us something, it hasn't come out. You can't even credit him with the Charger game when we blew them out, because that was on more defense than anything, right? When we blew them out that 63-point game. You think about the Kansas City game. Yes, the field goal kicker Carlson missed the kicks, but who fumbled and muffed that ball in a critical situation? AOC.
Who snapped it early.
Right? That Tampa Bay game. Who fell and was like carted off over a bruised knee? AOC. Like, come on. If that's the guy who we think is going to be able to lead us or we're going to rely on as a backup, like, no, man, I don't think so. I'd rather go through new quarterbacks, bring them in, and find someone more formidable that's going to be able to give me
an option. Who's out there that's better than him right now?
I'd rather take a shot with Con Miller at this point.
Well, we don't know what Cam Miller is. We don't know what he is. We have no idea.
Not even going to be number 3 on.
Are you doing my voodoo priest?
There's going to be a 3-way
we
battle.
have no idea what a Cam Miller is.
I know we don't, but I said I'd rather.
He's never played a down in the NFL. ALC has.
So let's let him play and see what he can do. Instead of saying, "Oh, we have this guy." This guy, that's what? That's going to be our next Vince Evans.
I think what you were asking of him was impossible. I honestly think that that's a guy who went through a audition with none of the script, none of the direction, none of the lights, nothing to back him up. He didn't have a deep weapon. He didn't have a running game. How can you even evaluate what he would have done had he had just half of those things? I don't think that we're in a position to evaluate just because he didn't respond with his Superman cape and rise above all the chaos going around him. He didn't rise. His only sin is he didn't rise above it. He just didn't show you that he was so good that he could do everything without what a essential. He didn't even have a line to block for him. I mean, that's essential for any quarterback, but he was supposed to rise above that and show you something. So escapability, right? You said escapability.
I disagree. That I think he had the protection improved towards the second half of the season.
We were looking at
get time games to go ahead and throw the. Look at the last 5 games. It's facts. Like
just looking at different games.
Once Genty went out the door and Philbin took over and really started working on that old line, we did see an improvement because our old line. Our line wasn't like horrible towards the end. It did improve, so he was getting time in the pocket, but he wasn't really doing a whole lot, and we were always restricted to go ahead and
if you only have one receiver, what do you mean? What did you want him to do?
He had 2 people to throw to, Brock and Jacoby Myers. That was it.
Yeah,
Tucker
and then
useless.
They had him schemed up differently. They had him schemed up differently, and then on top of that, I mean, it just we always would see the same thing about AOC. I went to that game in December. I saw a little bit of improvement on his rollout. That's literally the only thing I can go ahead and like give flowers to that guy.
Coaching. This is without coaching.
This is without coaching.
He had to improve himself.
Okay.
He wasn't getting coaching. That's for sure. I mean you want a guy who can rise above it. He has more talent. He doesn't need coaching. He doesn't need an O-line. He doesn't need a deep receiver. He doesn't need a running game.
With AOC, he's getting coached by the GOAT now. So I hope that I'm wrong, and I do see a vast, great improvement. And for him to actually take QB2 spot hands down from these other 2 guys that are literally chomping at the bit to go ahead and get up and get their shot at being quarterback 2. You got Bradley Carter and Cam Miller, right? Bradley is on his year 2, Cam Miller's a rookie. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he really can beat that. If he can't beat out these 2 guys, I don't see him here next year.
By the way,
sure.
Why what is his name? Bradley
Carter Bradley?
Right?
Yeah.
If he was there last year to be called up, why'd they go out and get Ritter? He's all that.
The same reason
you want a different regime.
The same reason you don't want to see Cam Miller yet, because he has no experience. You got to let them develop.
You got to let them develop.
Okay. It's okay because AOC is going to beat out Gino in the training camp, and he's going to be.
Oh, you're really wow.
Gino's got the job.
Yeah. I want what Jeff's having.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, are you sharing?
I forgot my plug. I'm having Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. Like Neil's trying to get Monster
Yeah,
Sponge.
that
I'm trying to
coffee's
get
late.
Dunkin'
we don't
Donuts.
know what's
Did you not
in
slip
that iced coffee.
a little gummy in there, a little chewable, my guy?
I'll say this about the quarterback room. I'm happy we got Geno. It's a huge upgrade from what we had last year. Huge upgrade.
Yeah.
Even though Geno's saying the middle tier quarterbacks in the NFL, it's better than we were in the bottom 30, right? Where we were last year. So to me, that's a huge upgrade. I don't think the job is done as far as the Raiders quarterback because we
Nope.
still need someone who's going to
The
eventually
franchise
take over.
quarterback. Mhm.
Right. And I don't even want. I mean, I do. Of course, I want a CJ Stroud or a Jaden Daniels. Of course, that's what I want, right? But to me, at this point, I want them to find the quarterback that's going to lead this team. Something we've been missing for so long on the most important position on the team is the quarterback.
Mhm.
You know, instead of being, oh well, that's the best we have, so we're going to let him keep going because that's what he does. Like I was tired of settling on that position specifically. We talked earlier about left tackle being important. How important is the quarterback?
Well, see, this goes back, and Nathan, back me up a little bit if you can, to decisions made by this franchise. Okay, we are paying the price for super bad football decisions. Okay, to me, it's rooted in our organizational structure. Okay, I look at all the successful teams, I see them with strong GMs, okay, who collaborate with strong head coaches, and they come out with winning teams. What I don't see with the Raiders is we still have not defined the role of the GM, okay? We still think he's a guy that goes and does what the coach tells him to do, okay? That is just head of a scouting organization. We still don't understand the pivotal role in representing the interests of the franchise that the GM does this. But nevertheless, let's end this by talking about whose fingerprints y'all thought y'all saw on that draft. I'm going to tell you right now, Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
An ex-GM, by the way. Wannabe GM.
That's right.
I saw Chip. I saw Pete in the defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't see no spy tech because he don't have no record, okay?
Yeah.
What I did see is Chip's a GM, Carroll's a GM, former, okay?
Former.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw Chip's fingerprints on it a lot more than I saw Carroll, okay? Because if Carroll, being a defensive guy, had his way, what did we get, a cornerback and a linebacker out of it?
A cornerback, linebacker, and 2 defensive tackles. Yeah.
And 2 defensive tackles, okay? I mean, we could have seen that, but I saw Chip's hands on it. What are you thinking, Jay? You're sitting there quietly. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Well, whose fingerprints on this draft?
I agree with that.
I think it's a collective from everybody. That's the way that this regime has been running. It's been more of a collective than one single person running the shots. And I think that's really how you should go ahead and go about things, because you know the GM can go ahead and try to put a team together the best he can, but he's not the one coaching it. He's not the one really out there, you know, putting the plays together, running the schemes. He's not. You know, he's not in the booth. You know, he's up in his suite watching the game. That's what he's doing. But, you know, he's going out asking, you know, Chip, hey, what do you think about this guy? What do you think about that? Who do you like? Who should we go after? Same thing with Pete. Who do you like? Who we should go after defensively? There, you know, he's the bringer of the minds, right? And that's what we literally saw in this draft, is bringing the minds together, and it was a collective effort up and down. I mean, we saw Brandon Carroll that came in and talked on day 3, and they said it was just a collective effort from everybody who worked hard and put a lot of time in and scouting, going out to the Shrine Bowls, those Senior Day Bowls, all that. Looking at film, talking, doing interviews, all that good stuff to put, you know, to bring this draft together. So I think it was a collective front. I don't think it's one person's, you know, fingerprint on it. I think it runs from all around. Right? That's how I think, and I think that's a good approach. You know, it shouldn't be, this guy's just dictating and running the thing because he might not always know what's the best thing. The coaches know more of the inside because they're the ones calling the plays, running the schemes, running the packages. They're the ones who know.
Yeah. And I say that, I understand about the collaboration. That's critical. I mean, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, all the successful franchises, perennially, they have strong GMs.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a league
but
but
I'm sure that there's that collaboration, that consensus that goes on. But I say this in the most respectful way, that the GM as coach model doesn't work. Okay. And with the exception of Belichick, I'm sorry I blaspheme, Jeff, but the exception of Belichick, every attempt has always ended in failure because the coach needs to worry about what's on the field. The GM's role is to promote the best interest of the franchise.
Gruden and Mayock come straight to my mind.
I mean, it stood out so starkly with McKenzie and Del Rio and what happened to Musgrave.
Yeah, Musgrave. Oh my God!
Ever happened?
Never happened. Yeah.
If we had a strong GM, there is no way he lets Musgrave walk out the door after delivering the 6th-ranked offense and getting us in the playoff. Carr having his best year as a pro. There's no way. I don't care what Del Rio has to say. Same thing happened with Buckner, right? Under Gruden, where Buckner, the D-line coach, comes in and brings us from 32nd to 20th in sacks. Okay? Cleveland plays better. That's Max's first year. He's got to say that Buckner taught him a lot. What happens? Gruden says, I want to bring in my boy Marinelli. You're fired.
My guy. Yeah.
A strong GM would have never, ever let that happen. I don't care. You want Marinelli? I'll pay him as a consultant.
Right.
We'll bring him in as assistant head coach. But
we had a lot of those last year. We had a lot of assistants to assistants.
Well, but the whole point is that when you have a strong GM, decisions that are made are not coach driven.
Chris, and that one right
there. That's the thing you have to guard against. Because you said it. Everybody doesn't know everything. Okay. And the coach's GM model doesn't work.
Right.
The coach cannot be the GM. The GM has to be the GM. I'm walking off the stage with that final thing. I am very happy that we filled needs. Now let's go out there and see whether
I'm ready to see
it. AFC West competitive. That's what I want to be within the division. That's
where it's got to start. It's got to start in the division. Yeah,
that's right. And now we've got the coach with the credentials to match up. So guys, thank you so much. We will talk another time. And I'm grateful to have the time with you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for being with us, Miss Peggy. Take care. Bye.
Man, woo, that was so true.
She's always
we are not used to having a general manager as Raider fans. Yeah.
Oh God, I think
I forgot about that one too.
I don't know if I took it the wrong way, but I know I might have seemed like a little snippy with her at one point, but it looked like Jay was biting back a little bit too. I could see it.
Well, I just don't agree with some of the things, bro.
And
that's my thing, and this is why we have this forum, this platform. Is that if I'm not gonna agree with something, I'm gonna let you know, and that's just the way it is. So there's some takes that she did, which I wasn't in we're not aligned.
I don't agree with
why.
For Aiden, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
But that's why I wanted to jump back onto the Colt Miller thing and the offensive line.
Like, how can you excuse
that wasn't left at the right spot when we were getting ready to move on.
That's
why I needed to jump back in.
Yeah, I guess my whole thing when people make excuses for certain people, it's like you got to make them for everyone, not just the people you want to, right? You want to say O'Connell hasn't this because he didn't have that, but yet Miller's a bum. You know, like he's proven to me the last couple of years. Like he played under the same situation.
So you're saying Miller's a bum, or you're saying he's not?
No, I'm saying the way she was saying how Colton Miller's, she's ready to like move on from him, or we should have. Right?
A lot of people are, and I don't get it.
I wouldn't. I don't ever want to move on from the left tackle unless you have one already that's going to take over.
And that's the problem.
That's so hard to find because we did that with quarterback. We moved on from DC, no matter how you felt about him. We moved on from him without having the next one on deck.
Yeah, you know? I mean, I wasn't into the whole, content stuff at that time when that happened, but I know I would have been having a conniption that this was your backup plan was to bring in Jimmy Garoppolo.
Right.
That wasn't even a lateral move. That was a downgrade, if you ask me, a major downgrade.
Yeah. Well, the only people who said it was an upgrade was based on his win record. But then they forget
with San
Fran, built San Francisco,
with an amazing defense. That's who was winning the San Fran. It wasn't him and his spectacular offensive play.
By the way, Hajay.
Yeah, I came in with the spear.
She did, bro.
With the spear, bro, like groundbreaker.
Oh man, that's so funny.
It's like somebody just came in here and threw a fucking frag grenade or a fucking flashbang in the room, and we're all still like, whoa.
No, you know what? I'm glad she said all that because I think it to me, and I've been saying that, thinking that lately. I even said it this weekend to people. We made good moves, we made things, but we still need to see it on the field.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Right?
And I agree 100%.
Right? Yeah. I mean, obviously we upgraded the offensive coordinator. What's that going to look like on the field now that Chip Kelly's back in the NFL? You know? Yeah.
I think it's going to be a big improvement for sure. I think it's going to be a big improvement. Now I don't think it's like leaps and bounds type shit, but it's going to be way better than what we saw this past season. That's for damn sure.
And we saw some really bad football this past season.
Terrible football. I wish that we never have to go through ever again. I
was more excited for college than I was pro, and that never happened. Because that's how bad we were playing. That Atlanta game. How many motherfuckers fell asleep watching that one?
We were just talking about that last Friday night. It was Turf, myself, and Chris Freitas on a Monday on a live feed, the three of us, and we were just like falling asleep watching that game. It was the worst one, and Turf was like, "Oh my god, that was absolutely horrible."
Rundown fell asleep during that game. I remember that.
That was the worst game. I mean, that was pathetic. I mean, good god.
Mm-hmm.
I would have rather watch us get blown out by the Panthers again than watch that debacle on Monday night. It's like nobody wanted to win the game. Nobody wanted to play. It was like
literally nobody wanted to win.
Anemic teams.
Yeah, my girl asked me. I didn't think about it till afterwards. She's like, "How come we didn't go to more games last year in Vegas like we normally did?" And I think I was at that point. I was so unhappy what I saw on the field. I was cool just watching it on TV than being there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wish we had more primetime games and shit, because then I wouldn't have to go to bar on Sundays and watch that miserable team play those games. And great, yeah, I'm spending it with the club members, but we went from a high of like we had 75 people at game one, and as the season went on, it was dwindling down to like 7,
Bro,
8.
You should have seen me and MC Raider trying to gather people to come to 28 West.
Oh, yeah, I bet, bro. I think you were recruiting for
that. And it's nothing on that spot. Great spot, but it was just the temperature of the fan base at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to my guy Eric Mota. He's watching.
But yeah, Severe, you're right. And Derek Carr went to a ready-made team with weapons, a good defense, and a weak division, and he still failed.
Yeah.
That's your girls' team, huh? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God. Terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and we have to see what Gino's going to look like. I know we all think of it as an upgrade, but, what's it going to look like on that field with our O-line?
I think it's going to look better.
You know?
Oh, I hope so.
I think it's gonna look better because I think this offensive line is a little bit better than what he had in Seattle last year. So even if Caleb Rogers happens to make his way into a guard spot, I think it's even all the better, like having that dude there set apart. But we're gonna definitely. I think that's one of the areas that I think everybody should start kind of looking at. Is just what really that O-line is gonna when they put out the final roster and the starters and everything. Come probably the last game of preseason. Just kind of will dictate how our literally our protection, our online blocking, all that's going to really, look and come together. It's important that we get this fucking thing right because we went out and got Genty, and we need lanes, we need pass protection for Gino, and if we don't have our shit kind of together on that basis, we don't have to be great, but at least provide protection for Gino, So I know he's used to like having that shitty O-line, but still, man. I mean, for our own interest and to be competitive, we do need to have that.
Not only that, but to me, it's going to take more than this year to even fully fix that O-line. So it's going to be competitive in our division.
And I think the other bonus too, and everybody kind of tends to overlook too in a way, because you don't hear a lot of people say it's just the coaching in general, and not the head coach, not the DC or the OC. It's all the positional coaches. He surrounded these players with coaches that hopefully are going to be able to step these guys in the right direction. That's going to make all the difference in the world. You could have the greatest OC and DC in the league, but if you don't have those position coaches out there, getting these guys ready for this to perform as a unit, I
think that's why Max was so happy that we kept the D-line coach as defensive coordinator. Finally on the defensive side of the ball anyway, that's more of the consistency going on, which is crazy. When I thought about it afterwards, I think I was talking to Run and then the other guys about they must have more faith in this linebacking core than we do as fans. And they really must, right? The same way you said they have faith in Miller. That's why we didn't draft or sign one. They must have faith in these guys to not go more aggressively towards someone else, They're cool with Robert.
They would have made moves. I think they would have made moves earlier, definitely.
Right. Yeah. And you can see that in where they made the moves, which is where the areas they weren't comfortable in. They weren't comfortable with quarterback. They brought Gino. They weren't comfortable with our running back room. Boom, used that 6th pick and got the best running back in the draft. They got Genty,
I think even if they weren't comfortable with the running back room, I think the big thing is if they weren't comfortable with what they were going to do with the offensive line, that would have been addressed first. It would have had to have been. Say Colt Miller it came down that, all right, he's not going to come back because of the injury.
Well, we picked what O-lineman
now they're forced that they're going to have to grab somebody in the draft, and that just would push your running back.
We let
because
go
without the
James.
O-line, the running back picking the running back first ain't worth shit.
Yeah. We let go Andre James, so they're not afraid to let go of dudes, and
exactly,
and that's the way it should be, And they saw a problem. They saw that JPJ is almost by leaps and bounds better than James, and so that's where they decided to go ahead and cut ties, And that's what we're gonna see, We're really gonna see competition, and even JPJ spot. Even though we probably all know that position is going to go to him, he's going to win that out most likely outright. He still has to compete for it. He has to go out there and put in the work, and he has, and only going to make him better. That's the thing. It's only going to make him better. I'm glad for it, man. The position, but
JPJ, go ahead. That it's like the defense is the one unit that I don't feel, how do I want to say it? I don't feel like there's a big need talking about the defensive side of everything.
There is. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like the side I'm worried now is the defensive side. Yeah. The linebacker. See,
I'm still worried about the offensive side, to be honest with you.
Nah, it's literally the defensive side. So
I think on the offensive side, it all depends on the trenches.
After the front four, after the trenches, the front four, it's literally we got nothing almost. It's kind of light. So our front four is great, phenomenal. We're gonna get to the quarterback and apply pressure and stuff to run, and that's what we should. But
we better
guys figured it out
on some of these guys
and start slinging the ball, slinging the rock. I mean, we're in trouble, bro.
I mean, on defense, I still think our linebacker is the weakest right now.
Oh yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. They must have more faith in them than we do as fans. They really must.
There's the fact that they waited till the 7th round to pull a linebacker,
and that's right, because there were linebackers there before we could have taken. We didn't have to take Grant where we took him. You could have got a formidable linebacker at that position, at that pick, right? Or even another edge. What's his name from Ohio State was still there by that point. Right?
Yeah.
I know we were talking about it when I was with 805.
Jack Sawyer.
Yeah. Jack Sawyer was still.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn. But then when I saw, they were going with the O-line, it made me see this is where they're filling their areas of where they see to make the quickest way where they're going to make the improvements, right? Yeah.
I mean, they picked up. I mean, Cody's pretty good. They picked up John Joyner, as an undrafted free agent. So I'm hoping to see what's up. John Joyner is he's cool, man. Like I ain't mad at that pickup. So I want to see what happens with them.
Yeah, I know that happened with last year too. Chris had an undrafted guy come on the show. Found in love with him. Found in love with the dude. His character.
No, it's not even because of Chris. When I saw
no, I'm saying when it comes to undrafted guys, like I always have like an undrafted hero. Last year it was Carter Bradley and Wu Governor, right? Like those were my dudes. And this year, he's one of them. And then I got to see the rest of them, how they look. But I'm really interested to see how these FCS kids are going to look, though.
Yeah, that's who I'm really excited for, too.
They're properly developed. Like, I think those two kids really can come out and do something,
Tommy Mellott. Yeah, Tommy Mellott is definitely going to be something else, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he gives that Tyson Hill kind of vibe, like
smaller. That's why I don't like calling him Tyson, because Tyson's bigger.
But vibes. Not like he's going to go play tight end, bro. Like, he's going to be able to go ahead.
When Tyson Hill came in with short yardage and you knew it, like Tommy
some snaps, some deceptional type of play, some, some fancy type of stuff. Where he'll
but man, you guys go back and watch some of Cam Miller's throws in FCS, the college. Man, that kid
can play, man. The kid's a baller.
He's a baller.
I went back and I was looking at some of the mock drafts that I had saved. Cam Miller, remember that one we did, Nate, where I had like 29 picks? I think on that one too. Cam Miller was on that list. He's one of the ones I picked in that list, actually. It was like one of the second to last quarterbacks I took. Or second to last picks.
Yeah, go home team on that one. That was
picks.
No one else on that list though did we end up picking?
No one else.
No. Not a single one.
I think I picked Besh a couple times in a few of my mock drafts.
I did too.
Did you really?
A couple times, yeah. I picked Besh.
You need to go watch Besh, bro. Saying you don't know about
I did
Besh.
I did
go
not
watch Besh right now, bro.
You know what it was? The only thing I knew about Besh was a cool story. I like your story. Cool.
Yeah.
And you ball, motherfucker. We use the second round pick on you. Can you ball?
He's a baller.
Baller. Yeah. But I felt better once we landed a formidable corner. Once we got him, I was like, okay, now I feel better about the back pick.
That was a phenomenal corner, bro.
Yeah,
I really like this dude. David Porter's fucking some hot shit, bro.
I think he really has the potential to be like, I would even say top 10 corner by next year.
For sure, probably a day one starter, 100%.
Well, on our fucking cornerback roster,
our cornerback room for sure, yeah.
But then we went out and picked out like another.
There you go,
free agent.
Body type, old build Antoine Randall L.
Whoa,
there you go. Yeah, there you go, Antoine Randall L. Mm-hmm. There you
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Mostert might be a sneaky play too. Yeah, Darian Porter fell in the draft. He was supposed to go early second. Yeah, Luke. Yeah. That's why I was happy when we got him. Yeah, I was so ecstatic when we got him. I mean, that was the first time I cheered.
Once I looked at the measurables, I was like, oh shit, all right.
And then I'm excited to see Jeremy Chen. Definitely excited to see Jeremy Chen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chen's gonna be good, bro. Chen's gonna be good. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we need to add another safety in that room, like a free safety?
You
Because
know,
that's
right
the
now,
thing
let
I
them
was
go to
talking
camp.
about the other day on Saturday.
Let them go to camp right now. The way they are, people think, oh, you got all this money, you should spend it. Like, nah, man, resign your dudes. Go with what you have right now. You built that for a reason. We've gone this long with it for a reason. Now, if someone goes down in camp or someone doesn't look like you thought they were going to, then that's when you could think about adding someone. But at this point, yeah, I think they pretty much just go with what they have. Yeah. Because, I mean, right now, whatever's left out there is left out there for a reason.
I have an undrafted free agent that I think you guys should keep your eye on. That I
Let me
like
guess.
a lot.
Went to USC.
Of course, obviously. Obviously.
Is it the corner?
Well, they're the only two guys that were corners that came from USC were undrafted.
Yeah.
John Humphrey. He
Okay.
is like 6'3".
He's the big dude, right?
He's not like big. He's just tall. He's super
Okay.
tall, but he puts his face into every single play. I think he can be. I know he was saying slot corner here. I think John Humphrey can fill that spot if he can.
Right.
He likes to tackle people, and he punches the ball out a lot. He created a lot of turnovers.
I remember seeing him in that Notre Dame USC game trying to get some shit on Morrison. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? Like, yeah, he definitely was all up in there in the mix during the run game.
Yeah, he likes to be in there.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, Jason. You can extend Jacoby. You can extend Colton, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they most likely will get extended. I wouldn't worry about it. They just want it up now, but
I was surprised people weren't saying, well, let's go sign Tucker when he got released. You know how Raider fans like to sign everybody. How much do you think? You know what? I don't think this regime really tells the players, hey, you want us to get this guy.
I don't think as much as you would think. Yeah, very, very minimal.
Even with Brady, a lot of people thought Brady was going to have such a hand in this, and now we know he's not at all. But
because they were just like, hey, you know what, you guys got it. What you guys think best? I think
it should be. Bro, I'm glad the owners aren't involved in that shit.
Well, yeah, that's why you bring these guys on to make those decisions. That you use that football experience and whatnot.
I don't want us to become the Cowboys. Jerry Jones runs everything. Fuck all that.
I mean, you got Pete Carroll, bro. That guy has like a fucking decades of experience. Who else better than that dude?
According to some people, right? Then he's out of here. Yeah.
Mello Dotson.
Mello Dotson is sick, bro. I love Mello Dotson. I think he's gonna be good. Jaw's gonna be good too, bro.
Jaw's gonna be good for sure.
Yeah, the DB room, great. Linebacker room, bad. We'll still have,
we'll see what these guys have picked up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, they have more faith in those linebackers than we do as fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they didn't have faith in that receiving room.
I know.
When I saw us get wide receivers, I was like, hell yeah, Jesus Christ. Raider dead. Cam Miller has a nice quick release. He does. It's a quick release. And he runs that fucking Chip Kelly style type offense.
Yeah, he does.
Type offense, he runs that shit nice.
He can move a little bit too.
Yeah, he's got some speed too.
He got wheels, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That kid's a baller, man. He can play.
This guy, it's so funny. I had a vision of this game. And I was like, man, I'm going to be talking so much shit and watching Notre Dame shit out of Miami.
This is Miami's kicking Notre Dame week 1 is going to be good.
Who's Notre Dame's projected starting quarterback next year?
They're still going into spring. We're figuring that shit out.
They always do. They always got transfers the past couple of years.
Notre Dame's been doing that lately, which is not good. They need to get through a good one that's going to be there. But yeah.
I
mean, that's the way
USC number 1 recruiting class in the country so far. By miles. I know. About time, bro. So.
About time. I'm telling you that USC Notre Dame game was getting boring for a minute. Get tired of whooping y'all asses. Like, come on, man, compete. Shit.
Like 2 years.
Come on, man.
I was there at the Caleb Williams Heisman game at the Coliseum.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good ass game.
Did he look at you and wave and wink? Like,
Obviously.
You said obviously. Did he dance to Billie Jean with you? Like, did you dance with him? Yeah.
He was like,
like you did the other
Dude,
day.
I saw that video the other day. I'm like, look at this fucking
Bro,
guy.
why are you surprised? You must not know me very well if you were surprised about that. Nate, no. I'm sure when Nate saw it, he was like, yep, that's Leo.
what?
I did, but you didn't dance, bro.
Billie Jean?
Plays. I didn't see you like fucking shake that ass, get on the table.
He jiggled his feet a little bit and spun in a circle.
I was as high as I can pick it up without pulling a hammy.
hey, bro, you gotta stretch before you do that.
Yeah, I did stretch, bro. Those moments, yeah.
That's why you gotta ask the DJ what song's coming up next, and then be like, "All right, I can use this song to fucking stretch."
See,
oh man,
that stretch, bro. It's important. I know.
But
that reminds me of.
Hey, get out of there! Get out of my bag, fuck you, bro. Go over there. Fucking Leo.
So on a different note, I know it's definitely football related. Not seeing it, Jeff Peerfresh. Got nothing on me. What's up, 805? You mean Dixon Cider? I still call him Dixon Carter. Dixon Cider?
Man.
My boy Dixon. Salute to the guy. Salute to my guy. Greatest name in YouTube.
You know, because of him, now when I
bro.
I stop and I pause for a second. Like, hold up. Okay.
Dixon, pause.
I was trying to get him to say it on this show last night. So, still wouldn't do it. Thanks for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, I can't wait to see you, big dog.
Yeah,
it's
gonna be dope.
Staying at La Quinta Inn, and apparently we're gonna go next door to the Clarion Bar.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm there.
We're probably gonna come back, most likely.
See if I last, bro. We're gonna be out there fucking working. Shit won't end like till 10. I'll probably want a nap after that shit.
Well, Shaq says you're a made man, Nate.
You say, can I super chat an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, please do.
There you go.
That should be one of my icons for the
only if you can super chat a monster for me at the same time. Yeah.
Dang.
So anyway, on a different note, Leo knows about this. The Super Bowl trophy.
Oh,
you know about the letter I sent.
We all know
I
about
sent
it.
you a copy of it. The Super Bowl trophy is actually built right here in my hometown. They've been doing the Super Bowl trophy since the first Super Bowl.
No wonder the Patriots have so many.
Yeah, they paid them off for it. It's in a new facility now, but it's still in the same town that it has been for years. It's Tiffany and Company that makes the Super Bowl trophy.
I had no idea it was
literally less than a mile from my house. It's right up in an industrial
those little boxes over like where you live. That's where they're at. I had no idea. I always thought it was New York. I don't know why.
No, it's right here in little old Cumberland, Rhode Island. So I sent a email to them. I actually called them yesterday and got on the phone with somebody.
Oh, wow.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a sit down with somebody from there. And do you know that they also make the AFC and NFC championship trophies? I didn't know that.
I did know that.
I mean, if they make the Super Bowl, it kind of makes sense. They make the
They also make the World Series trophy.
Hey, you know who has that currently? The Dodgers.
The Red Sox has a few too. And they also
they have like
they end up making a lot of the rings for the teams too. So I'm trying to work something. I sent them this letter. Leo's seen the letter. I sent him a copy of it. And I'm trying to get a sit down with somebody there so I want to do like a whole interview process with somebody, hopefully get a tour, get some video footage, get some a little bit more behind the scenes on what it takes for them to make the trophy and everything. That's my goal, seeing as though it's right here near my house. I mean, literally right near my house.
That means you got to drive out of town.
I don't even have to do that. I can walk it, how close it is to me. It really is. I could really fucking walk. It's all uphill to get there, but I ain't fucking walking.
Yeah, you ain't walking. Fuck that. Call it back.
No, I'll pull it. I'll be like you. I'll pull a hamstring walking up.
Yeah, see,
bro, you gotta stretch. Make sure you shit, bro.
So I look like I
lose all the time.
So when and if it happens, I'll keep you guys informed what's going on. I just think it's so cool that I've got that, hopefully, an ability to do this, and it's so close to me. So I want to try and get as much history. They sell a book on their website, Tiffany's website, that explains the whole sport themed stuff that they do. Dude, it's $175. The lady on the phone with me, she goes, "Well, we have this book," and I'm like. She goes, "It's on the website." She tells me we're on a website. I go to the website. I look. I'm like, yeah, that's a little out of my price range.
Bro, it's Tiffany. Do you not know Tiffany
for a fucking book? I don't
think
think so.
You know how much they charge for a bracelet?
That I come with a fucking silver.
Bro, I don't care. Mortgage your first house.
Yeesh.
Mortgage on your house, bro.
Jesus, man. They charge like $500 for a bracelet just because it has a little heart. The fuck? Yeah. Like $500 for that? Yeah.
So hopefully it'll work. I definitely want to be able to do this. So this will be fun if I can pull it off.
Oh man.
I can tell you one thing. The original design was actually done on a napkin.
I say no, him. On a what? On a napkin? I believe it. There's a lot of stuff.
It was a meeting between the president of Tiffany and Pete Rozelle. And the guy drew it out on a napkin what he was thinking of at the time that he was with Pete Rozelle, and Rozelle said, "Yep, that's what I want. I want that right there." And that's where the design came from, on a fucking napkin. So holy shit! It takes them 4 months to build.
Yeah, no, I'm cool on Gabe Davis, Anthony.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm good too.
I think we good on the wide receiver room.
I'm picking up with the people's trash, thinking
we got like fucking 8 wide receivers now.
Yeah, that's already including depth.
Crazy.
Remember, Bachman and Phillips, bro. Shout out to my
guy. They better be the fuck gone, bro. But
Bachman and Phillips, bro.
Yeah.
I forget about Kyle Phillips that we got him like
for the
longest time.
For the longest time. Yeah,
bro. Facts. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I think they have right now. I'm cool with the receivers they have with the veterans, the people who've been here, and then you add the rookies, right? I'm cool with them competing for spots right now. Yeah, I like how that looks, especially the mix that you have there right now. Yeah, Trey Tucker definitely on notice. I'm not saying they're gonna take his job, but hey, it's on notice. Or they can finally utilize him the way he was meant to be utilized.
Yeah,
and as opposed to putting him on the outside, thinking he's gonna, break off guys and make runs and shit like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we officially at like the slow time right now? That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
No, because next week the schedule comes out.
Well, that's what I mean. But I mean, like right now, it's like
right now after the draft, it's kind of like how you have like you drink an energy drink and you're all excited and shit, and then you crash. Right now, you're in the crash.
Yeah, we're at the crash right now.
Yeah. Right now, all you want to do is stream Battlefront. That's all you want to do right now, right? But. And then once the schedule comes out, then motherfuckers
a week from tonight,
right? 14-3, 15-2. We're gonna win 12 games. Or I think I saw the first analysts, like the sporting people, come out with the prediction, and they had us at 7 or 8 wins. I was like, oh wow, did not lose my shit because last year I did when they said 4 wins and
me too.
Right. Right, lo and behold, they were right. But I mean, right now, that's why I said I'm a little rated out, But I guess for me right now, it's a little different. It's more about hanging out with Raider fans till the season starts.
Yeah. That's why next week is gonna be so sick.
That'll be cool to see Jake again, to see Nate out there. We will see you in spirit, Jeff. See Gravy and them. Gravy and them are all gonna be out there as well.
We'll be in the place to be.
I will have a piece of me out there though. I just sent it to Sacktown Mike. He's bringing it down with him. I sent him like 15 of the business cards, the QR business cards for the club. So it was put in the mail yesterday. So he's going to bring them down. I told him to give a few to you, give a few, because 805. I was supposed to send 805 this, and I just
what is that?
Forgot. So it's the Booster Club magnet.
Oh, yeah, you got
He
time.
was just going to put it down on his booth
You got time.
so people can.
Booster Club watching you right now because I thought your YouTube was going to be separate from that.
Yep.
I'm still the president of the club. I'm still going to promote the club.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just making sure so we know. You know.
Well, I mean, the big thing too with the club now is everything's dependent on next week's reveal show on the game days, the schedule.
I saw that in your guys' chat. Did you guys spot already?
Well, we need to figure out what the fuck we're doing. I mean, we've got an idea. We've kind of got a place that we've been thinking about having and that. But now there's been a mysterious text that's been put out that wasn't addressed to me as the president or our treasurer, which happens to be my wife. It went to all the other board members except for her and I, saying that we should really have it at this other place. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, why aren't you sharing it with everybody? What's the issue? But anyway, that's another story. So once the date's selected, then I need to get back in touch with the Black Hole headquarters in Nevada and talk to Mike White again and Cisco, the Cisco kid there.
Oh, I thought you meant Mark. Isn't Mark the one who runs it?
Oh, sorry, Mark, not Mike, Mark. And find out which game that they're going to be looking at, because right now, from what I understand, Houston is one of the ones that they possibly might be going to as a group, or possibly New England. Plus we're also playing in Philly this year, and I believe we're playing in Washington.
Yeah.
So there's multiple games, because if they come out here for the New England game, then we'll be like the liaison for them, and we'll find a location. They'll help promote it and everything, and then for the pregame party, tailgate. I don't know what we're gonna do for that yet, because tailgate's not easy. Because if we want to have it in the parking lot, they're like $150 fee for the parking spot.
Oh, that's what it is nowadays.
But it's crazy. And like, how many spots are we gonna need?
I'll tell you this:
we can't put it out ahead of time. Like, this is where we're gonna be, because they shut down that main road until like the last minute type of thing, like 2 hours prior to the game, 3 hours tops. We can't guarantee we're going to get to a certain like J lot or the B lot or whatever.
No,
there's no telling where. No,
why not? They do that here in LA. They have a certain area where they
not
just
there, man.
Out. Yeah,
not there.
Wow.
The only place I can guarantee I know where I'm going to be able to park is I'm going to bring my fucking handicap plate, and I'm going to park as close to the stadium as I can.
Well, I would try and clarify and get more clarity about that. When you start talking with the people in the Black Hole, because they all do they normally take up like at least one row or two, and it's just nothing but that, and they all pay for the. I mean, when we did it with Gravy and Man, we all paid here at SoFi like $150 for a spot, and then we all just lined up next to each other. It's kind of like expected. It's expensive. I mean, we know.
The whole weekend's going to be expensive. And the other problem is, we need to raise
SoFi's like two
funds,
something.
and that's the problem.
Yeah, SoFi's like two something.
That's
we only got a discount
is raising the money.
Tickets. So the fact that they bought a bunch of group tickets, they gave us parking for less.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Anthony,
the other thing that's going to affect.
So there have been a lot of rumors about Wilkins being hurt. If y'all saw the film the Raiders put out today, Wilkins is fucking fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Big 90 was out there fucking moving. Moving, bro. So
thanks, 805. Appreciate you.
Yeah, let's just put that shit to rest. Let's just get through training camp. Make sure nobody gets hurt. They all come into the season healthy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You bleed Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh yeah, he does.
Just like some Italians, their blood type is ragu, and then mine is fucking Dunkin'. Mine's iced coffee.
Hazy.
I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever. I can haze all I want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but I mean that's cool. I hope you link up with I met Cisco this weekend, so I met Cisco.
Oh,
I mean, shout out to the Black Hole.
I've talked to him on the phone a few different times. He's a cool dude.
I would say this about Nevada and Northern Cali. Great fucking event, man. There was no bickering, no this. I want to be here. I want to be there. Fucking so embracing. Like honestly, I was telling my girl like this reminded me of why I liked coming up to Oakland. Was that camaraderie, right? I mean, obviously you still have the diehards. It'll never be like this, and fine, it doesn't have to be like that, right? It doesn't have to be like Oakland anymore. Vegas can be Vegas. Let Vegas be Vegas. Is what I say. LA was LA. Oakland was Oakland. Vegas is gonna be Vegas. Like stop trying to repeat what we had there because it's not gonna happen. Right?
Yeah.
We gotta make it our own now. But I mean, shout out to them, dude. The Black Hole, they were so cool as fuck. The Reno chapter, fucking Sacramento.
So you went into Ricky's too, huh?
Yeah, and then we went to Ricky's the following day. You know, shout out to our homies there. They let us sit there with them, and then we met Kenny Shea. Kenny Shea was just chilling there with us, bro. So cool. You know, they were filming a documentary there on mental health awareness. So they interviewed a bunch of people, a bunch of the players there, and they talked about it. They officially made Kenny Shea like the ambassador of the Black Hole Sacramento there. So there's a video. I have to put all that stuff together still, but yeah, it was cool to see that part of like the clubs get together and do something, and especially Saturday because it was at a high school. It was at a local high school. You know, to see car clubs that weren't even Raider fans come through and bring their cars, you know, for the experience, for the families to come out. You saw kids out there, you saw families out there. So
Yeah.
I think that's the part I'm looking forward to right now. You know, even with the summer kickoff. Summer kickoff is the same way. I got a bunch of flyers from Lorenzo, and it's very family oriented this year. You know, he had it the Cardinal games, he had it for the kids. You know, he's even gonna add twists and stuff to the games when we're playing.
Bro,
you know?
I'm bringing a lot of kids and shit.
So much fun.
All of
being,
them, bro.
As opposed to other events where you kind of all just chill in your tent, you know. And this is gonna be to get more people to be more interactive and stuff like that. But,
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous of you guys next Saturday. It looks like it's gonna be a fun time for sure.
But yeah, man, they were cool as fuck. Steven,
Cool.
Cisco, all of them. They were all Marlene. Yeah, what were the Silver and Black podcast? Raider Will was there. Cool as fuck, dude. Cool as dude. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun, bro. So definitely that got me excited again for the season and like why I like going to the Raider games. You know, hanging out with them, stuff like that. Although I was tired as fuck. We went to a pizza spot trying to watch the Canelo fight. We did not last. It was like 7:00, and my girl looked at me like, "I'm tired." I was like, "You know what? Let's go." Yeah. And I heard what a boring fight it was, so I'm glad I went home to sleep and back to the room and slept. I didn't miss shit.
I didn't even get to watch it, bro. I didn't even watch it. I went to a comedy show that night.
Yeah. I guess boxing isn't back, like some people like to think, huh?
I love Canelo, bro, but I mean, you know, we knew who was gonna win that fight, bro.
Fuck boxing.
I love boxing, bro. I know. Fucking Angela.
Look at that.
Yep.
I'm not even kidding, Rorschach, man. That is so true, bro. I was fucking tired as fuck, man.
Fucking lightweight.
We set up like at 8 in the morning and we got done like at 6. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's nothing.
Oh, whatever.
Young buck over here. That's nothing, bro. I go to sleep at 4, wake up at 5:30.
Yeah, man. Fuck all
this
that.
Guy go work 10 hours a day. Okay, calm down, bro. Don't be putting that ageism over here, bro.
The ageism.
Wake me up when So on another note, the Canelo fight. You guys saw the date for that, right?
Which one? The fight's either Cinco de Mayo or May 14th.
No, not May 14th.
Usually does
Mexican Independence is September.
Yeah. I mean, September 14th. Yeah, that's what I meant, bro.
So that's when he's
Leo, is Angela holding you hostage and making you talk boxing? If he is, blink twice.
No. The only reason I brought it up was because he's fighting Saturday. So if he's fighting which would be week 2 in the NFL, does that mean we're going to be away that week? So maybe that would be the New England game, right? My thing is I'm trying to figure out when our first home game is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So based on that, it's not week 2. I doubt they have a fight Saturday, and then they fix the stadium up.
I mean, they could do it.
Yeah, they could. I'm not saying they won't.
Yeah,
right? They could.
Is that Allegiant? Is it Allegiant?
It's at Allegiant.
Crawford and Canelo. Okay.
Yeah, it's at Allegiant. Yeah.
I forgot.
When's the fight? Is
September
it a Friday?
14th. 14th.
Saturday.
That's Saturday of Mexican Independence Day. So, hold on. I got my calendar up in here.
So it's September 13th. Mexican Independence Day is actually on the 15th. but it's that weekend.
Yeah, weekend. He fights on the weekend.
Dude, they easily could because the field's going to be outside first of all, so they can prep the field outside.
Right.
As soon as they're done with the boxing, it takes them no time. Have you ever seen how fast they clear out for when
I've
they
seen
do
it.
motocross indoors? How fast they get the dirt and shit out of there? It's fast.
Which would be cool, if you do a game on a fight weekend. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
I don't
another
know,
way to get a huge crowd in there because
It'd be
everybody in the
packed.
public is going to be in Vegas.
Hey, bro, I'll go help and clear out the chairs, bro. It's okay.
The weather sucks in September. It's so hot as fuck.
Free tickets.
hot,
I'll clean anything up. I'll sweep the whole goddamn arena if you give me free tickets. I don't give a fuck.
There you go. Yeah, just pay me in tickets, bro. It's okay, and free beer. Got it.
Put me in a suite, and I'll sweep this whole goddamn thing with a toothbrush. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm just ready for the schedule to come out so I can plan out my trips and my game.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just, I just, all I care about, in all honesty, I just want to see when our game is. I don't care about any other game right away. That's the most important. Well, because I need to know if it's going to be. I need to know if it's going to be early in the season or are we talking December, January? Because then a lot of people, or a holiday even, because then a lot of people aren't coming.
I hope it's a holiday. If it's on like Thanksgiving, that'd be so fire.
What if it's a Thursday night game?
Oh, that would suck.
If it's a primetime game, that's going to be an issue too.
That would suck, bro.
Oh yeah. I don't think we've done a Thursday night game in a long time.
It could be a primetime or a televised game because there's so much intertwined between the two teams right now, and why it could be such a bigger headline game.
New England Raiders, yeah.
New England Raiders, bro.
Yeah. I see them headlining us versus the Chargers because of a Harbaugh Carroll rivalry.
Yeah.
As it is, we're already rivals, right? Of course, Kansas City and us, they always love that rivalry between us, right? If we do have two primetime games, I think those would be the ones. The Charger and the Chiefs. Yeah.
God.
I think we're going to get more primetime games than you think, to be honest with you.
Why?
It's just the team, just the everything that's going on with us this year. I'm telling you, this offseason.
As a Raider fan,
I think we'll get either the same or a little bit less.
I think we're going to get much. Now, 1 year we got a lot because they were previewing the stadium for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about number
Cowboy
one
game would be the other one. That's right, Dixon. Cowboy one. Yeah.
You know, you got to think about it too.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll in here now as the head coach. Everybody and their brother's going to want to see Genty because he's, the number one running back that came out of this draft, and people were touting him to be this generational thing. They're going to try and.
Yours is already one of the top sellings. Mm-hmm.
I think we go 3-1 the first four games. You probably get some more primetime spots, but
what's crazy? We have a last place schedule
towards the end of the season with the flex shit. Yeah, definitely.
When you see our fucking teams that we're playing, it's not an easy schedule, man.
No.
Redskins, Philly, yeah. Our division.
I tell you, if prior to this offseason, when we would talk when they said that we were going to be coming to New England, I was like, oh, no problem. Not so much now. Patriots are going to be a fucking tough game too, man.
They have our own
hell of a lot better. Yep. Houston's going to be Houston. They're still going to be tough.
Yeah, they got CJ.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll see next Wednesday when the schedule comes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, by the time we go on the air at 10 o'clock, it's already going to be done.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to go on twice that day. Fuck.
What do you mean go on twice?
I think we're going to do a TRS live as the schedule comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes.
Oh,
bro.
we almost forgot, man. Prayers and shout out to our boy Turf. Those of you who know,
right.
recent passing, of his father, saddening. You never want to see that at all. It's time happens, it's life, but you never want that to see or happen. So
yeah.
Shout out to my boy Turf, man. We have you
Shout out to him, man. Condolences for sure.
Much love, always big brother.
Yeah,
for sure.
That shit broke me when I found out. I was like, fuck.
It's not easy.
Yeah,
No.
no, for sure. But yeah, we'll see what happens next week for sure. Speaking condolences, condolences to Josh, man, on his fiance too. He lost his fiance or a couple of days ago. So prayers go out to him and his family, bro, for sure. I mean, losing a loved one is just hard, bro. It sucks. So we lose some people, man, but they gone, but they ain't forgotten. That's how it goes, man. So
who? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name.
Josh's fiance. Josh is the goat.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
Kelly.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Damn.
Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey Roberts. So
Yeah.
Is that the girl that was missing? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Rorschach. Yeah, but
He's
all
we
good,
already.
But I can't wait for Bakersfield though. It's gonna be hot.
Yeah,
bro.
it's gonna be fun.
We gonna do it. We gotta do the damn thing. I'm gonna be out there. I already got a interview lined up with Dub Raider. Shout out to my guy Dub Raider. We're gonna do it. Probably pull up on Raider Nation Live, chop it up with those guys. Chop it up with my boy right here, Leo. We do a damn thing.
I will be there.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
said I will be there.
I will be there. Yeah, he'll be there. Definitely. For sure.
Hopefully, yeah.
Definitely. Oh yeah, you're gonna be working out there. So you do. I'll be working a little. You say you're gonna be working out there.
Oh
Yeah,
yes, me. Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah, I'll be working out there.
Even
Too.
Nate. I was like, Nate's gonna work.
Yeah.
I'll be working out there, but not in the same way you are.
I will a little bit. I will a little bit. I got my shirt. I got my merch drop coming. So
where's Figueroa and Bakersfield? That shit goes all the way to Bakersfield.
That's crazy.
There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't know he was out. Damn, that's crazy. Oh well.
That's right. He hurt his ankle or something.
All I know is
His
right now,
hamstring.
I'm the biggest fucking Knicks fan in the world right now. Because fuck the Celtics.
Yeah.
I know. Fuck the Celtics, bro.
Yeah. He said
It's about it's not gonna help.
Yeah, real talk. You know what, big dog? We
Yeah, we can do it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I gotta on the camera. On the camera for sure.
Oh, dude, this is a good one.
That's a good one.
Mine is Return of the Empire, bro.
Return of the Empire.
Yeah.
Is it best out of 5 right now?
Wait, time out. Return of the Empire.
I mean, Empire Strikes Back, bro.
Okay.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, Empire Strikes
Return of the Jedi's right there, bro.
I like Return of the Jedi a lot too.
Okay. You Nate?
Just nostalgia wise, it's Phantom Menace, but probably Revenge of the Sith.
It's because he was born in a different time than us, bro.
Pull your fucking Star Wars card right now.
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith is pretty hard, bro.
Badass.
It is
watching
badass,
it,
bro.
Especially just recently watching it again, like crazy.
I'm all about dark side, bro.
Jeff wants battleships.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite battleship, Jeff?
Yeah, mine is Empire. It's always been Empire. I like Empire. So.
I agree. Empire Strikes Back is the best.
Empire was my favorite, but with the huge close second is definitely Revenge of the Sith. Because that scene when him and fucking Anakin fight, bruh. Or even the show, the Obi-Wan show, when you watch that shit on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah,
that was a hard.
I know. I need to finish that. Fucking scene, bro.
Oh, dude, they watch that shit every time.
And then I have Disney Plus for a while. We just got it like a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, for the kids.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the Solo. I like the Solo movie too, bro.
Solo was good too.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One is too. Yeah.
Up there too. He's badass.
Last Jedi was good too, bro.
When Han Solo was killed, I yelled. I cried out.
My heart broke, bro.
No!
It was his son. So spoiler alert. It was his son.
Oh man, dude, I really did. Everybody like stopped and looked at me. Han was my dude, man. Shit. Minus Fanboys.
Fanboys is a funny ass movie too.
I love that movie, bro.
Yeah, Fanboys is dope. Yeah. Yeah, it is Star Wars month. That's true. That's true. Man, all this Raider shit, I missed out on watching Revenge of the Sith. I never saw it.
It's still up.
Not a good minute. Near me. I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up. You hear that, babe? I'm gonna look it up, and that's what we're doing this weekend.
The largest re-release in like ever, almost punching $1 billion revenue
at the theater, right? For one of the showings.
Wait, say that again.
Samuel L. Jackson was at one of the showings.
And Hayden Christensen too. El Capitan.
El Capitan.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to go, dude. I was supposed to go.
She's like, damn.
She's like, damn. She thought she escaped.
I got this shit, bro. Literally, I was asked on Sunday, "Are we gonna watch this shit all day?" I'm like, no.
I would have if I wasn't driving home. Should I would have watched
it? I did. It's just gaps. There's just little gaps where got busy and shit. So
I'll see y'all next weekend, right?
Yeah,
we'll be here next week. You guys got anything coming up?
Go ahead, guys. You first. You guys are before me. Nate,
Jeffrey.
We got our show tomorrow night. We haven't really talked about what we want to do yet. I got an idea though.
What is that?
Seeing as though Sunday morning we're going to be playing Tecmo Bowl with Afakasi and them. How about we go a little head to head tomorrow night in Tecmo, you and I.
That'd be dope.
Which one are you guys playing?
Huh?
Which one?
Super Bowl.
Oh. 2? The second one?
Super Tecmo. That's all it is.
Oh, you're playing the one on the Super Nintendo. Okay, that one's different. That's 3.
Well, it's from an emulator, so whatever they're running on there, that's
the
what
best two are the first two. One the original, and then Super Tecmo Bowl, which is still on the NES, but that one's good too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think we do that tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, sounds
you
good.
You gotta get 4, man. Get 4 where you can use Hostetler. You can use Hostetler.
Why? This one's got Bo Jackson. That's all you need.
Oh, that's not Super. That's the original one then.
Oh, whatever. Tecmo Bowl. It's not Super then. It's just regular Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, it's Tecmo Bowl. Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll do that tomorrow night. Then we'll do a little preview for our Sunday morning game.
Super Bowl.
Super.
I noticed that when he said the trophy too. I just didn't want to call him out on it, Nate.
How did he say trophy?
Trophy. How else would you say trophy?
Wow. Super Bowl trophy.
The Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
I guess Friday night. Chris and I will be hosting Friday night again this week. Based on what's happened, so
that's dope. Do that. Your kids where they got it, man.
Mm-hmm. Do that Friday night.
Okay. You got anything? Anyone special Saturday, Jay?
We're working on it. Good morning, Raiders. We're working on it.
All right.
Working on the guests. So, we'll let you know for sure. But next weekend, we most likely will not have a show for the next Saturday because I will be out at Bakersfield. And I wish Ron could go, but I don't think he's gonna be out there. But we're not. I don't think we have that. I have that week closed off, so no guests lined up for next week unless somebody that I hit up would respond to that date. There's only a select few, and it would be a really big guest if that does happen. So we'll see. But as far as right now, we don't have anybody lined up for next Saturday. The Saturday after that, we do have guests. We're booked up for the next few weeks. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap into that. I mean, we just had Mitch Renz on Saturday. It was a fire show. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys go on my channel to click, or if you are on my channel, click the link down below. It's right there. You guys can go ahead and tap in. Shout out to Mitch for pulling up on that Saturday. I know Jeff wasn't there. He wasn't there. I didn't
Jeff
see him, bro.
wasn't in there.
Nope,
No?
he wasn't there. No.
Damn, Jeff, why weren't you there?
Oh, I was there. I watched it.
Oh,
I
he didn't say anything.
Ah,
I did say something at one point, but it wasn't anything.
Maybe Run saw
I
it
just
because
can't
I didn't
stand the
see
fucker.
it.
I think he's a fucking annoying little fucking twat bag. Sorry. He's a little fucking puss. I got no fucking use for the guy. That's why, just out of respect for you and Run, I didn't say anything.
We all just get along.
No, fuck him. I think he's a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
Bueno,
like if we had him on this show, I'd be civil. I wouldn't bust his balls or anything, but I got no use for the fucking guy. I'm sorry. I think he's a fucking poser. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
I don't know. That's a different, bro.
Just watch his fucking show, man. It's a fucking
I
joke.
watched it. Oh, we watched it. We've been on there together, my guy.
We're glad we brought this up.
I'm sorry.
I know. I was like, I didn't see him, bro.
I have about as much respect for him as I do fucking Tom Brady and any other fucking Patriot player.
Tom Brady's a part owner of your football team.
I don't give a fuck. I've told you before, I'd still punch him in the face just once when he walked in this room. After that, I'll be all right with it.
He said punch you before. Like you got that New England shit came out.
Yeah,
not before.
Sorry, it's just hard to sit here and listen to a guy talk about the Raiders when a few years ago wasn't even a Raiders fan. Second of all, and I just think he's in it for the fucking that whole bang stupid ass shit that he fucking does, and that idiot Chugs that's on there with him. That guy's another fucking retard.
Can we get Chugs on here?
Fucking boobs.
I know, right?
Oh, him! I'll bust his balls all day long
Let
if you
me
would get him.
work on it, bro. Let me work on that. I'll get him.
Yeah, work on that.
Oh my god,
that'd be fire.
I'm gonna probably
content
get
farming for sure.
Will to come on our show, the guy from Raider Nation, Silver and Black Podcast.
Oh, dope.
Collab on something, so I was gonna tell him to come on here. Also, another guy, but oh man, that's funny. But I'll say this: I get it. We all don't agree with certain people we don't like. I will say this, Jeff. When we say he wasn't always a Raider fan, I don't always see that as a bad thing. If you weren't a Raider fan when they were in Oakland or LA, doesn't mean you can't be one now. I get what you're saying though, about using platforms for fans and right. There's certain people that I watch when I look at their thumbnails. All their thumbnails are clickbait, and that annoys the shit out of me. Right,
and that's it.
But let me tell you something.
He's the only one that goes all the way across.
This dude went to Oakland. I didn't fucking even get to go to Oakland, bro, to watch these dudes play, and that's something that I have to like.
There you go, make money less.
It's just don't flip. Once you go to Silver and Black, flip. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I was lucky enough to go. I mean, it doesn't mean you had to have gone, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure Nate.
Yeah. But it's
what?
Go to Oakland?
No.
Yeah. See, that doesn't diminish to me your fanhood because you never went. You know. Actually, Nate, you're one of the few that I love because you rock the Las Vegas shit. You should see how much shit I got selling shit in the Bay because they said Las Vegas on it.
Wow.
You know,
wouldn't buy it.
But without the Las Vegas, why is the Nevada on there? I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, I bet, bro.
I was like, one crowd. Oh man. But yeah, no, yeah. So it's just different. There's certain people that I like. Certain people have different ways delivering. You know, like I said, it's just to each their own. I guess I like when it comes to a big one like that. I like watching Raider Fan Radio because to me, Murph is the actual fan. So when I watch Murph, he reminds me of being a fan the way I am. You know, But yeah, I mean, I try not to hate. I'm different. I make fun. I get it. I make fun like you do, Jeff. I know I do.
I don't think Jeff makes fun, bro. I think that's genuine Jeff.
Oh, it is, but it's funny.
I don't hate it. I mean, there's no one else I come out and say that I don't like, especially on a live show like this.
Yeah.
But there's just he's a special situation. I have no use for him. I'm sorry.
It's an aviator's hat, Desert Raider.
I just
your hat.
Yeah.
I can last about 10 seconds watching his show. I just the voice, All right. First of all, I'm going to say this, and I don't give a fuck anymore now. So I watched your show with him on there, and if he's going to come on a Raider show and be this Raider guy that he is, I look at Jay. Everything in the background on Jay is Raiders. I look at Rundown. Rundown's got stuff. Granted, I know he's in his bedroom and everything. I only put so much stuff up in there, but he's still got Raider stuff in his background. This motherfucker owns his own house or whatever it is. He looks like he's in a fucking hotel room with rental shit hanging on the wall behind him. There's not a single thing. Even his hat, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't even have a Raiders hat on. I think the only time you saw anything Raiders is when he got up and showed the tattoo. Other than that, I don't think
he has a tattoo?
Yeah, bro, he's tatted. He has a shield on him.
I'm not even tatted. I have a lot.
Yeah, bro. I don't even have a shield on me, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's a commitment, bro.
On him that was Raiders, except when he stood up and showed the tattoo on his leg. And that's the only thing that would have said to anybody that he's a Raiders fan. Other than that,
I mean, some of us are drenched in Raider gear, right?
Yeah.
Other people aren't.
Just have something simple on the mantle behind you that shows like a Raider emblem, so it's at least believable. So if you pan the camera, you can see whatever team he was a fan of. What was he a fan of before that?
The one thing.
Shit on your wall. Hey, that's what I say.
The what?
That ugly scarlet flag.
Oh yes, sir. I mean, if I move this over, you can see that. That's my logo, though.
That's actually pretty cool logo thing.
That is,
but I get what you're saying, and
it's an awesome logo. I like that logo.
It was funny because
when I first met him, I said that's an awesome logo.
I was telling my girl, we were in Oakland, and she goes, "Man, some of these people are really fucking diehard about being OGs." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "That's the thing when you go to Oakland, right? They some people love and they take pride in being the original home for this team, and it still shows, right? And they want to carry that on. There's nothing wrong with that, right?" But to her, it was just the intensity of how much. She goes, "Damn, they're more intense than you," you know. And I was like, "It's just because to them, it's their hometown." I guarantee, if they were still here in LA, I might do just that much because it is in LA, in my hometown. Right?
I'd be LA Raiders then.
Right. Yeah. I am the group.
The team is a reflection of the city they're in too. Like when they were in Oakland, it's a blue collar city. Yeah. So it's the down and dirty, gritty city. And then the team in the 70s were a down and dirty, gritty team. That's just the persona that the team put out. That's the fan base. You look at some of these, like you said, the OG guys from Oakland area. Yeah. I mean, they look like murderers row for some of them. I mean, seriously, they're no joke, It's insane. These motherfuckers will kill you type of thing if you say anything bad about the Raiders, whether the Raiders are in Oakland or not. It's just the way it is. It's just that lifestyle over there.
What was the other?
In LA, they may just take you out to tea and take you for a spa date when they were in LA. I mean, you saw the cultural change when they went to LA. There was more glitz and glamour in LA.
But I never bonded with the glitz and glamour side. I bonded with the other side, with the street side of it.
Oh yeah, you did. But like, you didn't have all these.
To me, glitz and glamour was more
when they went to LA. They showed up.
The Lakers were glitz and glamour. Showtime.
They were way more glitz and glamour than because it was Showtime. It was Showtime Lakers.
And then I think with me, maybe because I go to Vegas so much before they even moved, I knew this was coming. This is Vegas, right? It's different. It's going to be a show. It's going to be a performance, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to have amazing halftime shows now, right? They're not going to play all the rap music or AC/DC type shit that we were used to in Oakland, right? It's new. They have to rebrand it. They have to find a way to get the local people to buy it. Yeah. What? I'm gonna get the Raider tattoo. I don't have a Raider tattoo.
Right? You gotta really do up your studio.
I know. I gotta redecorate my wall back here.
You gotta get up to Jeff.
Hey Nate, you need to add more shit to your wall, dog. That's why I put my flag up. I hear Jeff come at me.
Bro, I even got more shit. Look at
that.
Yeah, it's crazy because all the Raiders shit is in front of me. I gotta turn my desk
I got more up in front here that you just can't even see because of the way the camera's sitting. But yeah, he's a fucking tool. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Sorry. I know he was your guest, Jay, but like I said, out of respect to you and Rundown, that's why I didn't. I bit my tongue watching him talk and everything. It's just like nails on a chalkboard.
Last part of his shit. I'm hanging more Raiders.
He's like, fuck this. This looks cool.
He's gonna fucking leave Bakersfield with all kinds of shit. That's for my wall, so Jeff don't get mad.
For real.
All you fuckers out there that don't have Raiders shit behind you, this is your homework assignment for next time you go on the air. There better be more shit hanging on your wall. More Raiders gear,
shit, bro.
Raiders gear is
but
hey, no, I used to have my room when I was in the back house, silver and black. The walls were white, silver, and black.
That's dope.
Hey, you know what? And I'm not lying either. I wanted to paint some of the rooms upstairs black, and I was shot down on that. I said, "Why can't I have a black room?"
Yeah,
like I was going to take over one of the rooms before we moved down to the in-law apartment. I said, "Why can't I have a black room up here? Put all my shit in. The kids moved out."
I'll tell you, boy, bro.
You're in a fucking garage. How much shit can you put up behind you? All it just shows behind Nav's man is his rafters.
Oh,
it's got that Raider flag hanging behind him. Paint your steel in black.
That's funny, man. That's funny. I guess everyone's different. I walk around with it all the time. That's just me. That's how I am. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't always. Yeah. Jeff, it's your fault. Waking up my kid.
Fucking Rorschach, bro.
His daughter's gonna come out like, what the hell? She already moved him once.
Did you see his show the other day? His daughter was in the chat, and she said something, Dad, and he didn't even pick up that it was his own daughter in the show. No, like she was in the chat talking. He goes, "Oh, that's my daughter." So that's one of the reasons why he wouldn't say Dixon Cider the other night too.
Oh,
Get it, lockdown, bro.
Hey, you guys meet my little nephew Noah. His dad is a Chiefs fan, so he came to the dark side.
He came to the dark side.
You guys will see. You guys will meet little Noah, man. Noah's cool as fuck. He's getting die hard. He's not switching. He's staying with us.
Yo, tripping me. Bro, you have the greatest name in YouTube history.
It's fucking great.
That's what it is, bro. That's it. Just
most deceiving name. I really thought that was his fucking name.
Pause, bro. Yup.
You don't get out much, do you?
You know what it is? I don't think of the YouTube names that way. If I'm gaming,
I didn't know about that.
If we were playing Call of Duty, I would have picked up.
Oh yeah.
If we were playing Call of Duty or Warzone, I would have been like, okay, I see, motherfucker. Like, yeah.
Hey, here's a hint. People on YouTube use kind of the same names that you see in fucking Call of Duty. They come up with some
I'm new to YouTube,
names.
bro. This is my second year on YouTube. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I never use YouTube as much as I do now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is your second year on YouTube?
Second year?
I thought you were on longer than that.
Nah, man, it's only second, going on my third. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This will be my third season coming up. Yep. Official second off season because I didn't do the off season the first time around. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I definitely got into this shit at the right time. I got it in such a dysfunctional year. There was so much fucking content to be had. You could seriously.
I wish I would have started this on the playoff year.
I know,
right? That'd have been sick.
But you know what? That was the year Noah became a fan, so I'm cool with that. And that was the year Noah switched over. Yeah. Because I used to go to Vegas a lot. And he said, "Uncle, if you bring me something back Raiders, I'll become a Raider fan." I'm like, "You're lying." He goes, "No, for real." So I brought him a Jonathan Abrams t-shirt, number 24.
Ooh.
Gave it to him. Threw it on. Took off his Chiefs shirt, threw on his Raiders shirt, and
so great, though.
His dad was so like, motherfucker. Yeah. But, I mean, he's cool. He's been to Vegas. He went to his first game. That horrible Vikings game was his first game, bro.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that was his first game. That horrible.
You fall asleep then too?
The fucking 3-0 game. Yeah, 3-0 single field goal game.
The field goal too, bro.
I still think, as bad as that game was, I still think the Atlanta game this past season was.
Oh yeah, it was way worse.
No, I like the Minnesota because at least it was a defensive battle, right?
Yeah, it was a defensive.
That Atlanta game was just trash football on both sides of the.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It's like, how fast can we go out there and go 3 and out? No.
Yeah, no,
not fast enough. Do it again.
Oh man. And then who was the one that fumbled when we finally got down to the fucking red zone? Somebody fumbled.
Oh, I don't remember.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think Turf and myself and Chris just spent time talking to each other about other shit that we weren't even talking about the game.
Not the Minnesota one. You guys weren't on during the Minnesota one.
No. I'm talking
Same
about.
with
You're talking about the minute. I thought you were talking about Atlanta.
Renfro, was it Renfro went out? It might have been Renfro.
Probably.
It might have been like him Renfro. Too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it might have been Renfro. No.
What's up, Josh?
Hey, I'm glad he's with another team. You know, might not be.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
I don't think we play him this year, so great.
Yeah.
Renfro, third and Renfro.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to come up with a nickname for the new receiver, right?
For Besh. Yeah.
For Besh.
This is gonna be third and Besh.
Yeah. Piano Man's back. What up, Piano Man? He's like, what's up?
Oh man.
What up, Piano Man?
Yeah, he was in.
I figured he was gonna pull up, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was wondering why we're so obsessed with the Raiders that there's life outside of it. I know there isn't. Mm-hmm. Not when you're a Raider fan.
Really, everybody else, bro.
he's one of like 4 Chargers fans.
Oh, he's one of the 4. Oh, poor thing.
Yeah. Poor thing.
I miss you already, bro.
That's tough. I don't wish that upon my wish.
Imagine being in LA and still being less popular than the soccer team.
I know, dude.
In a country where it ain't even popular.
And when they played in the soccer team, they still couldn't sell it out.
Oh my god. Oh man. That shit was funny. Yeah. I gotta go back. Nate.
Dude. They're playing America.
I can't. That's the day of my goddaughter's birthday party. The 31st.
Crazy.
I know. Tragedy, bro.
What's up, Charm City?
Probably good for me though, because I would have been cheering for America that game. That's my team. Mm-hmm.
I know. That's why I was gonna send it to you too, because I had seen it today.
Yeah, I saw that it came out the 31st. Yeah. The only thing worse than an Angels fan is the Charger.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? At least the Angels have rings. I'll give them that.
There you go. That is true. They have 1 ring.
Yeah, one.
Right?
1 ring.
More than the Chargers.
It's back when I was a fan, bro.
Gosh, he took a Charger jersey to the draft party. So every time somebody walked by our table, like, what the fuck is that? Why is there a Charger jersey? And then when you pick it up, it was the number 0 and the name was Rings. Yeah, so they were like, oh, okay.
We don't know yet. We'll know next Wednesday, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, and those of you who love the big fucking hat, the one that I got in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
MC got 4 more donated to him. So
dope.
Tomorrow to his channel.
Those things aren't cheap either. Right?
No, he's gonna do a raffle for them. He's gonna give them away.
Damn.
So if you want one of those Raider big hats, bro, he's gonna raffle it off tomorrow.
I was gonna try to.
They're like 100 and something a piece, like 130 out there or something.
Yeah, they're like 120, something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's dope.
Shit.
Yeah, they're cool as fuck though, man. I love that fucking hat. I would wear that shit driving Lyft if I could, but I probably get weird looks.
Dude, I'm telling you, the videos of you walking around pulling your luggage and having that big hat on, you look like you were just going to Dad's for the weekend. You know, kind of like the custody thing. Like, I'm going to Dad's with that big ass hat. You look like such a little kid. It was fucking hilarious.
I was doing Raider stuff, so I probably had that face, you know, being excited like a little kid. Yeah. You said that hat was way too small for Leo's head. Yeah, man. I'm already thinking of an outfit to go with that hat for next season when the game starts, bro. I'm gonna be rocking that shit with some overalls. I'm looking like a Mario.
You can get hella signatures on that though.
Right, I'm going to.
A lot of space on there.
I'm gonna try and get signature.
Have you seen those videos where like they'll show a guy coming out with cowboy boots and he's got like a long toe to it, and then the next guy he's got an even longer toe to it?
Oh, you mean the little toes that curl up on the front of the boot?
Yeah, or another guy comes out wearing a winter hat, but he's got it like to here. Then the next guy comes down and he's got it covering the hair on his face.
Yeah.
And then the next guy's got it like his whole body's like inside a winter hat. You haven't seen any of those?
I've seen the ones you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to put a pair of those boots on with that hat, like those big super long front toes on them and shit. Pair of fucking overalls. You look like fucking Vince Wilfork out there.
Nate, Jay, you know what I'm talking about? The pointy
What?
ones, those long bicep boots. The ones that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How about those?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I have my cloths ready. Are those like bags?
This is a cloth, bro. That's all the
treasure. Because he's gonna be doing this because he's so excited to see the Raiders.
It's a little tiny bolt, bro. That's it.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, man, I can't wait till that schedule comes out. Then we can start talking trips, games, things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
See when the first, home game is here in LA, because we always have to.
Yep.
Well, I mean, with all the millions I'm making on YouTube, so some people in the club think I'll take everybody out to fucking Vegas.
Oh man. Botas picudas. There you go. That's
there you
it.
Go.
Yeah.
The fuck does that mean?
You know what? I actually have Incredible Hulk hands, and I was thinking about painting them silver. No lie.
That'd be cool.
But I don't want to dress up. It's too much. That ain't me. Like, yeah.
It's kind of hot. It gets hot, no?
How hot is
That's
it?
what I've heard people say.
In Vegas. All the way
When I
up
went
until,
that too.
Against Carolina, it was hot as fuck. The Cleveland game, it was hot as fuck. Yeah.
I just remember the Chargers game being hot as fuck.
That one was cooler. It was cooler in October. So October was cool. Yeah. Yeah. All right, fellas. Is there anything else? I got a bow.
Nah, we just gonna be out there in Bakersfield next Saturday. So if you guys got going, hit us up. Oh, at least hit me up. I want to know. I'll meet up with fans and shoot the shit, bro, for sure.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
I got some sale. I got some shirts coming through. Merch drop. I'll have them on that day as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you guys can go ahead and go on my socials on Instagram. I have Instagram and TikTok. I have them posted up, so you guys can go ahead and see what they look like.
Were you getting those shirts?
I know some fucking cool guys hooking it up, bro. He's fucking
top
dude, bro. Top dude. Class A shit. Class A shit, bro.
Damn, I like merch. I wish I had merch.
Dude, just show me.
I'm just fucking around. I'm fucking around.
Get off Battlefront. I thought you had disappeared on us for the longest, bro. Oh hell no! I could not wear those red boots, dog. I couldn't. I'm sorry, Bueno. I have my limits. I cannot wear those beats on my feet. Oh my god. Kay Adams was with you. She better be fucking Jezebel. Fuck that bitch.
Jezebel.
Y'all can have her, bro.
It was just your turn, bro. It's just your turn.
It's your turn, right? Yeah.
I love it, bro. I'll use them.
Yeah, this one threw up last year. It was so hot at the Cleveland game. Oh man, it was hot as fuck at that Cleveland game. Yeah. But yeah, man. Hopefully, I'll see some of y'all out there in Bakersfield. If you do swing by, I'm gonna try and walk around. I probably can't because I have to work my booth. But y'all walk around. Y'all want to bring your boy a beer? Bring me a beer. I got you. I'll hook you up with something. Because I'm not allowed to leave the booth.
I got you.
I've already been told.
Wow. Not for PP breaks, bro.
Well, because I'm the one who carries all the what you call it.
Yeah.
Codes.
The squares and shit.
So when they get paid, they want to make sure, and I'm the one who has the codes, and I make sure we get paid. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so last year, take over when Easy E's son was singing. I wanted to run up there. It was like, I was like 2 feet in front of my booth, fucking off.
I got all form. I take all forms of payment, just so y'all know.
But yeah, I'll make sure y'all get your tickets, the VIP ones.
Tickets.
Get the
I got the VIP ones.
If you want the autographs, make sure you guys buy the autographs. Right now it's Jeremy Chin. Of course, Jay Schrader's gonna be there as well. So yeah, be a lot of fun, a lot of family fun.
Yeah, for sure. I'm taking all the kids, bro. All the motherfuckers coming, bro.
Yeah, it'll be fun, bro. It'll be fun. Yeah,
for sure.
He said, "Get your own interview, white girl." You must not watch football. She was ours last year.
Oh yeah, bro. She was all up on our shit, dog.
Yeah, you can have her.
What does that mean?
Like
have you talked to your coach?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All these bitches and all these.
I thought with that, bro. Yep. Sorry, Nate.
Did you see the new flag?
What flag? Oh yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed the Antonio Pierce. That's why.
What do you say? Y'all interview for the Raiders comes off. Hey, Piano Man, whatever floats your boat, big dog.
Yeah.
We don't judge on this page. With the name like Piano Man, I am not surprised Elton John is his favorite singer. For real.
Facts.
Actually, Piano Man is Billy Joel, but that's besides the point.
See, I wouldn't even know that shit because my shit just don't even go like that. I may draw the line at Michael Jackson dances. Me and Nate are gonna have to get down in Bakersfield, man. We'll do the kid and play.
The kid and play.
How Nate?
I've tried to jump over my foot like that. I don't think I can do it.
Man, I couldn't do that. I'm about to do that now at 47. Fuck that.
End up in the fucking emergency room down the street or something.
Right.
My ankle.
I ain't trying to go to the emergency room in Bakersfield.
Facts.
Yeah. But all right, fellas, it was great.
Yep.
Coming up, schedule next week. See y'all next week. Peace out.
Peace out.
Take care, everybody. Stay safe.
One.